Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mocktails Test Kitchen. My name is Jo. Today we're going to talk about something that I'm quite passionate about, is gross old leftovers. I got this mint yesterday and it was beautiful, and then I put it in a cup of water and it has just lost its will to live. So this made me think about something that I often think about. A lot of my mocktails are born from this place. Usually I come up with a new recipe because there's an ingredient that I have to use up. So, you know, creativity lives on the knife's edge of decay in this kitchen, which is an unforgivably pretentious way of saying that I just don't like food waste. So with something like this, I mean, it doesn't look great, and that's fine. You can totally just grab this, chop off these gnarly kind of ends here, and then the rest can go in as is. So I've got 2 cups of water on the boil. I've got my 1/3 of a cup of honey to put in a little bit later. I'm just gonna give this a really rough chop and then toss it in there. Because it is sort of a leafier herb, we don't want to boil it too much or it's gonna get kind of swampy and gross. So I'm gonna reduce that down and let it simmer for maybe just 2 or 3 minutes instead of 5. Then when I turn the heat off, I'm gonna stir my honey in. But, you know, my challenge to you is to take a look in your fridge and see if there's anything that you can use as a mocktail ingredient, because it is a great way to manage food waste. So if you have berries that are maybe gonna be on the fridge soon, throw them in the freezer and use them as ice cubes. If you have any more herbs that need using up, like basil or thyme or mint, this is a great way to use them and preserve them. So, did I even mention what we're making today? Okay, today we are making a mint simple syrup, aka liqueur. That is what this whole spiel was about, and I got a little caught up in my passion for leftovers and food on the brink of death. Okay, so I've let this simmer for a couple minutes. Like I said, when it comes to the leafier herbs, you want to just be a little gentler on them. With cinnamon sticks, you can be a little more intense. But now I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to stir in my honey. That's how I always make my liqueurs. So I'm gonna let that melt while the liquid is all warm. I'm gonna stir it in and then I'm gonna let it sit. I know that I always say at least an hour, and I mean that. I often will let mine sit overnight. So it is totally up to you, but the longer you let it steep, the more flavor you're gonna have. I have a couple drinks in mind to make with this. A mint simple syrup is just great. It has so many uses. It's super versatile, fresh and yummy. So thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. I hope you enjoy mocking it up.